As it is written, the kingdom is within us. Come together and discuss the issues within the kingdom. Speak your peace. Speak the truth. For the kingdom is at hand. Kingdom Conversations.
Peace and blessings, peace and blessings, peace and blessings to the whole house, to the kingdom of the Israelites, the one and only team, the team that's in worldwide rotation that everybody fussing about. You got ribbies, rabbis, ribeye steak, Christianity, white Christianity, black Christianity, Muslims, Catholics, everybody kicking up a fuss. And who in their rotation, who they all talk about? They talk about the Israelites. Shalom, greetings to you, fam. Greetings to you, brother Elisha. How you doing, bro?
Shalom, Elder. I'm blessed, maintaining, and can't wait to see what we're going to talk about today. Peace and blessings to all the Israelite family out there. Praying the Most High is blessing everybody according to His measure to each.
So what we're gonna do today is I'm not gonna say anything. What we're gonna do is we're gonna read directly out the book. And brother, what I want you to do is I want you to read what you see on the screen. We're gonna start with Psalms 34, 1 through 5. And for those of you who are on with us live, if you would read this out loud, I would greatly appreciate it. Showing the wrong one. So let's stop sharing the screen and let's go ahead and do that again. As you guys know, the old head be jiggling wires on himself. We don't want the reading board. We want the document. We want the reading. That's what we want. Okay, so we're going to read Psalms 34, 1 through 5. Brother, if you would, could you read Psalms 34, 1 through 5? It's on the screen for me, please.
I will bless the Most High at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. My soul shall make her boast in the Most High. The humble shall hear thereof and be glad. O magnify the Most High with me, and let us exalt his name together. I sought the Most High, and he heard me, and delivered me from all my fears. They looked unto him, and were lightened, and their faces were not ashamed.
Go ahead and continue to read Matthew 11:25 through 30, please.
At that time, the Mashiach answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, hast revealed them unto babes. Even so, Father, for so it seemed good in thy sight. All things are delivered unto me of my Father, and no man knoweth the Son but the Father. Neither knoweth any man the Father save the Son, and he to whomsoever the Son will reveal it him. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, and learn me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light.
Selah, Selah. Thank you for reading that, brother. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you, Father, for the book. We thank you for the written word. We thank you for the written word in English. Even though it's not our native tongue, Father, you gave us breadcrumbs. You gave us the English language. You changed our language into the English, and you gave us the book in the English, and we thank you. Shalom, family. Peace and blessings to you. Hope you are well. Thank you for joining in and joining your brothers and sisters, and Salt of the Earth family. If you haven't greeted someone in the chat, make sure that you greet everyone in the chat. You say shalom to them and you greet them as your brother and as your sister, because that's how we do here. This is your channel. This is your place. This is your home. Father, we thank you again for another fellowship. And I'm going to greet the family. But before I do that, I'm going to say, like how I normally say, there's no NFL on today. Fantasy football is in playoffs. So for those of you who still partake, I still partake. I'm not going to say I'm saved. So yeah, I'm still a sinner because I play fantasy football, right? But you guys could have been anywhere. You folks' family could have been anywhere. Could have been somewhere relaxing, kicking back, resting on after working hard on the good slave ship, work for somebody else. You could be somewhere eating something really, really good, something really delicious, like some snails or some barbecue spare ribs or some hog maw or some pork bellies. Or maybe even if you're on the West Coast and you're around Spanish, you probably eating a bag of chicharrones, or pork rinds as we would normally call them. Or you could be just chasing around your children. I always say that because a lot of us do have children. Some of us have grown children, so you're probably chasing your grown children. Or maybe you tended to your adults, your parents. So whatever the case may be, it's an honor and a privilege to come before you and talk about the book and talk about the Father and just have fellowship with you. So I'm going to start from the top and work down like how we normally do. And for those of you who are new to the channel, and for everyone, first of all, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share. Share this with your family because we are a testament and a testimony to our people and against the nations. Not just against the United States of America, not to the 41 states or the 52 states therein, not to the 45,000 different denomination flavors, Baskin Robbins poison ice cream of Christianity, not to Judaism, not to Black Hebrew Israelism. We a testament to the whole earth, living, walking, and breathing prophecy. And we thank the Father for that. And so because of that, we greet everybody that come in. If you're new to the channel, we greet you. We greet all our family from top to bottom. We shalom them. And if you come in late, we shalom you then too. So it takes a little bit of time off the program, but it's fitting because Kingdom Conversations is a conversation. It's a conversation between the brothers and sisters on the panel and a conversation with those in the chat. And those in the chat put up precepts, commentary that testifies against this wicked nation and against Psalms 83, your mortal and sworn enemies. You didn't know that the so-called Americans was your sworn enemy. You didn't know that, did you? You came out of the womb trying to be friends with your enemy, and the enemy continued to spit snake venom in your face on a continual basis. Every chance they got, they spit venom in your face. Ask Martin Luther King. Anyway, I'm going to greet the family. Shalom. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Jason Camphor, brother. Hope all is well with you. Hope the Father's keeping you. My brother Jason Philip McCauley, peace and blessings to you. 2 Timothy 2 and 3. Thou therefore endure hardness, and as a good soldier of Mashiach. That's what these Israelites is doing this hour. Endured everything, and now we said, no, we're not praying for your wicked nation, heathens. No, we're not praying for you. We're not turning the other cheek. We're not forgiving you. And we ask the Father rain down judgment upon every one of you, wherever you may be. If you in hell, I hope he rain judgment on you. If you walking around, I hope he rain judgment down right on top of your head. Fair Rivera, shalom, peace and blessings, sis. Hope all is well with you. Stay on fire, shalom, peace and blessings, hallelujah. I give honor to the Father. You better be, everybody here, you better be lifting him up every chance you get. Somewhere, y'all get that precept. If you had 1,000 tongues, I read that somewhere in some book. I'm not sure what book I read that in. If y'all go find that precept, I'll put it up. Like I always do. Donovan Ben Yehuda, peace and blessings, brother. Hope you are well. Hope the family's well. Hope everybody's well within your household. Good sister Mary Yakita, shalom, sis. Hope you are well. Hope the Father's blessing and keeping you. Let me see here. Yakidi, brother, if I pronounce it wrong, please forgive me. I'm an old head and I need to get saved. But peace and blessings to you, fam. Hope you are well. Hope the Father's keeping you. Omiya Yakida, you need to get saved. Shalom, sis. Hope all is well with you. Hope you've been well. I can't sing a lick, though. Just FYI. Tycee Rowland, shalom, brother. Peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well. Cam 2 player. What's up, Cam 2? Man, I haven't seen you in a minute. I haven't seen you in a long time. Greetings and peace and blessings to you. Hope you're well. Stephanie M, shalom, sis. Peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well with you and that the Father is keeping you. Let's see. I'm scrolling down here, so give me a minute. Let's see. Nature's Graffiti, another troublemaker that needs to get saved. Shalom, sis. Hope all is well with you. Helen Folarami. Man, brother C, drink some tea or something so you get these names right. Peace and blessings, sis. Hope all is well. My good brother Yashidak Yisrael. Yash, I'm going to drop the link in the chat. You're more than welcome to join on. The link has been dropped, so whenever you want to join on, you can join on, brother. Sharon O, peace and blessings to you, sis. Hope all is well. My good sis Darlena Franklin, peace and blessings, sis. Darlena has her own business. She booming like that. Darlene, let me borrow $100 million. I get it back to you Tuesday for a hamburger today. Anyway, it's good to see you, sis. Hope all is well. Unorthodox daughter of Zion. So, shalom, sis. Peace and blessings to you. Hope you are well. Anonymous, shalom. Shalom to you, Anonymous. Peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well with you today. And you all know that my blessing for you is that the Father bless you beyond your recognition, where you wake up and say, man, I didn't know he was going to bless me that well. Man, I didn't know he was going to open up the book that much for my mind. Man, I didn't know. They thought that they was going to fire me, but the Father blessed me to have my own business. Now my business is doing great. I don't need to work on the good shit, nobody else. The Father's rocking out with us. He's rocking out with Israel. You could choose to do whatever you want this hour according to his will and according to the will that he has purposed in your life. Phantom Warrior, shalom, peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well. Nabakanya, Nabakana ya Shalom says peace and blessing. I'm like a child that can't read some of these names. Y'all Israelites need to get saved because y'all got these names. My tongue is set for English. It's not set for speaking Hebrew. Here's Abigail. Peace and blessings, sis. Hope all is well. And that's a sad commentary, ain't it? You can't even speak your native tongue. Kiara King, shalom, peace and blessings, sis. Hope all is well with you today. Jabroni, I see you. Hope all is well, brother. Hope the Father's been blessing you. Hope he's been giving you. The brother has awesome wisdom and understanding. I'm not sure if the sphere is back up. If you could let me know, I'd appreciate it. If the sphere is up or down. Yara 12 Stone, shalom, peace and blessings. Hope all is well. Ruach and Hamashiach, peace and blessings, brother. Hope the Father's keeping you and blessing you. Michelle Y, shalom, peace and blessings. Hope all is well. Ya son, hey brother, shalom. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope all is well. My good brother, Royo Morgan. Shalom, brother. Hope all is well. I hope that brother Ibri is fine. I hope that he's doing well, and I hope that his family is doing well as well. Let me keep going down the line here. Stephanie M got you. Notorious Hebrew, I believe I got you, but I'll say shalom to you again. Notorious Hebrew, tone. Shalom, peace and blessings with you. Hope all is well. Barry, Cali checking in. What part of the Bay you from? You're not from EPA. You're not from Richtown. You're not from the Oak. You're not from O. I'm sure you're not from Hunters Point or San Francisco. Sacktown is too far north to be really the Bay, but they kind of bring it as part of the Bay. But we all know what that is. Hope put where you from, man. I just like to know from a curiosity perspective. Pensacola, y'all's blessed. Shalom, sister. Peace and blessings to you. Hope the Father's been keeping you. Hope you are well. Donovan, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna slow down. Stop going fast, brother. See if you slow down, maybe you can get it. Donovan Yasharel Casco. I did pretty good with that one. Peace and blessings to you. Hope you are well. I don't know if you're a brother or sister, but peace and blessings to you. Let's see here. Did we get everybody? Let's see here. Mary Ya M. And if you see somebody new, or if you don't see somebody new in the chat, you make sure that you greet them and you shalom them. When we in the wilderness, we're gonna be greeting each other. We're gonna shaloming each other, hugging each other, and loving on each other the righteous way, not the way how the earth world does it, but according to how we supposed to love and care for each other according to the book. Not no sick way how this sick earth do it. Not like that. We're not talking like that. We're talking about righteousness over here and doing things the right way, not the wrong way. Get you beat up by the Father, get you tossed headlong into hell, doing something that you ought not. Pamela J. Shalom says, peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well. Once saved, always saved. Okay. You sound like you're part of the Christian church. The sphere is not up. Yeah, if anybody can understand okay, so it says, look like it's backup. Okay, so the brother's site has probably been under attack. Sorry, yeah, it's the middle of the week. That's right, sis. Peace and blessings. So you from Silicon Valley, Tone. I see you. Hope all is well with you. You must be getting that tech money. He getting that tech money. That's great. D. Glenn Royal, you from the eBay? You from the East Bay? Let me see. You from you're not from if you from East Oakland, then off 98th. You're not from the old projects that they done tore down. Anyway, when it come to mine, I'll mention it again. But peace and blessings to you, brother. Hope all is well. Let's see here. Did I get everybody? Oh, look at my long lost sister. Hey, sis, how you doing? My long lost sister. Peace and blessings to you, Rochelle, y'all's daughter. Shalom, peace and blessings to you. I'm glad the spirit's back up. My good brother Dante Forson been putting in that work and putting in that glorious work. And see, the beautiful thing about Israel is the Father's painting a great mosaic. We need everybody. Everybody can get in where they fit in and do what the Father has put in your heart, mind, and spirit, and bring those things forward for who? The kingdom of the Israelites. It's good to see you, sis. I see your commentary on the different channels, and it's a blessing to see you. Peace and blessings to you. Let's see. I'm going down the line. Engine number 9 going down Chicago line. If the train jumps off the track, you don't get no money back. Y'all remember that playing that as a child? Joy 31608. Peace and blessings, sis. Hope all is well. Now that I captured everybody, look like. Now here's what we're gonna do. What we're gonna do is if someone who comes in, make sure you jump on and say shalom. If you shalom me and if I see it, I'll shalom you and put your shalom up. As we always say, this is our house. It's not the panel's house. It's not Salt of the Earth Productions house. But this house belongs to those who are salt and light. Those people are the saints. Those people are the Israelites. All Israelites are welcome. The heathen and the pagans are welcome. The Christians are welcome, just as long as you come in respect. Because as soon as you come disrespectful, I'm going to be the first one to block you. So I'm going to go ahead and bring Yasha in. Let me see who else. Y'all make sure that y'all greet everybody in the chat. If you see somebody new or you see somebody, you make sure that you shalom them. You make sure. We all family here. We need to get out of that. Oh, talking about where you from. I'm from St. Louis. I can't rock out with brothers from New York. Well, I'm from the Chi. I can't get down with brothers from the D. Well, I'm from Atlanta. We don't like people from Alabama. And I'm from the West Coast. I don't know nobody that I like at all. Get out of that paradigm. Everybody else gives you. So the Father told you about Psalms 83. If he told you about Psalms 83, he's telling you all these nations is against you. They look at you with disdain and they hate your guts. You look at one another with love, kindness, and try to treat people the righteous way, according to what the book say. Good brother Yash, how you doing, man? Hope all is well, brother. What's going on?
Shalom, shalom. I'm Ebenezer tonight.
I got no presents from you, so you could be whoever you want. You could be the zigzag man in disguise. You could be him. Be him. Be him. Hey, in fact, hold on a second. It's good to see you. Hey, Phantom Warrior, I'm from the West Coast. I just threw that out there. I'll say this. And you're right about that. And I'll take it a step further. The brothers in the Bay, brothers and sisters in the Bay, are probably the most accommodating and most loving towards their people. When it comes to that, there's more of a little bit of camaraderie when it comes to accepting brothers from other areas and whatnot. Master P will attest to that. Master P came up through Richtown. Master P will tell you where you first start getting busy with rap. Master P, Richtown. Anyway, I'm gonna get off of that. Cleo, brother C, what you know about that? You supposed to be saved. You're supposed to be saved. Anyway, let's get into today's conversation that we're going to have. And again, family, it's incumbent upon you to make the conversation real and true with your commentary, with your precepts. So please engage one another, and be a testimony and a testament against the wicked nations, against everybody, and a testimony that we fulfill prophecy and that we are the people of the book. So today's conversation, as we put up, it's about BHI, BAI, Judaism, the church, all in conflict. Where is the truth? And so, brother C, you just said a mouthful. So what is all of those things? What's BHI? What's BAI? What's Judaism? What's the church? What are all those things? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen in a second, and we're going to talk about all of these different players, because all of these different entities are trying to lay claim to the book. And they're trying to establish themselves as being the de facto standard of who has the truth and who doesn't have the truth. Each one of these factions is arguing about the book right now, and there's a major tug of war. You'll see that the Jewish Rebbe's, as I like to call them, as they like to call themselves, REBBI, they're starting to come out now and starting to throw underhanded softball pitches to y'all. You know why I call them underhand softball pitches is because they don't even know the book. They don't know what's in the book. They don't know what's written in the book. They don't know who the book was written about. They believe the Talmud and the Midrash and the Zohar and all those other things. That's where they go to. That's their go-to. I see some people in there. Sarita Hebrew, shalom, peace and blessings to you. Indiana Coleman, shalom, peace and blessings to you. Linda Siggers Bay, peace and blessings to you. Peace and blessings to everybody. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put where's my punchline at? I had a punchline because we need to talk about identify the different factions first of all. And so BHI, and I'm gonna put it on the screen actually. Give me a second to get myself centered. And so everybody's playing this tug of war about the book, and don't nobody know the book. Book was given to the Israelites. Put a one up if you believe that the book was given to the Israelites. Somewhere it's got a 7 and 6 in it. And he say he ain't dealt so with any other nation. Somebody get that precept so I can put it in. Y'all know where it is. I could go get it. But I want one of y'all to get it. Because this is a testimony and a testament against the nations. So now, we know that there's a tug of war going on and it really has intensified. And first of all, in the title, we have BHI, Black Hebrew Israelite. Who on the earth is a Black Hebrew Israelite? Where can you find a Black Hebrew Israelite on the earth? I'm gonna tell you, I already got the punchlines already answered. There's no one on the earth that is called a Black Hebrew Israelite. It doesn't exist. If you address yourself as a Black Hebrew Israelite, you, ma'am, you, sir, are in error, and that makes you an errorist. There's no such thing as no Black Hebrew Israelite. There's only one people in the book, and that's the Israelites. There's only one people that the Father gave LSC to. That's them same Israelites. When the book talks about the saints, the Israelites. It's not no black, no BHI. So get that out your mind. If somebody coming at you with the BHI, that means they calling you a monkey fool. That's what that equals in my mind. It don't even equal the N-word. The N-word is a better term than a Black Hebrew Israelite. Yep, I did say that. I'd rather you call me the N-word than you call me a BHI. I'm not no BHI. You in error. None of our people, if our people or anybody on the street address you as a Black Hebrew, those goddamn Black Hebrew Israelites are messing everything up. You check them and say, hey, we not that, we this. Let's go to the next one. BAI, British American Israelites, the BAI movement. It's the British and the Americans that believe that they are the chosen people of the book. Huh? You fit what? You in the slavery when? Don't tell me about the Irish. The Irish was most policemen beating the hell out of our people to this day. Don't tell me about no Britain. And don't tell me about no Scotland. Don't tell me about no land. If you're a European, there's no way on earth you're chosen. There's no way on earth that you're a city on a hill. You fitted for destruction. Your doctrine is backwards. And your prophets are physicians of no value. There's no way you don't fit nothing. There's nothing that you fit in. But no, I'm actually incorrect. There is something that you fit in. You're fitted for destruction. The whole cabal and everything connected to you. Let's move down to the next. Judaism. Judaism and the Jews. They Khazar rich, but they Talmud believing book poor whites. In other words, the Khazars, being Khazaria, being related to King Bulan, being his people, your Khazar rich. That's your heritage. You need to get back to that. Go back to that good Khazar heritage, eating that good Babylonian food that you used to eat. And continue to believing in the Talmud. Continue being the Talmud believing, but your book poor. You don't know the book. You don't got nothing about connecting you to the book. Oh, there's some connection to you to the book, all right. But it's not what you think, Amalek. Not at all what you think. You're just another white person. Matter of fact, some people might say you might be alien, as far as I'm concerned. But I digress. Then we got the Christian church. And the 45 different denominations who make up the broad gate. 45,000 different denominations, 2-point-something billion adherents. Isn't that something? Yeah, niggas. Peace and blessings, brother. Hope all is well with you. Hope you are well. Let me see anybody else come in. If you just come in, you hit me with a shalom. I hit you back with a shalom. That's right. All Israels are that. There's no reason why you gonna link up with somebody talking about they really a Spaniard. They really a Spaniard, but they renamed that Spain renamed that nation, and now they this, but now they the people of the book. You are errors. You, sir, you, ma'am, are errors. Now, my people that are dispersed, that fit the curses that's in those lands, yes, they are. But there's no way in hell that you're gonna be running the dope trade throughout the whole earth, not just here to America, and you talk about you book. You can get that out your mind. That's not even close to reality. BAI, that's right, y'all. BAI is white nationalists. Absolutely correct. So we got the Christian church. Now, all of these have things in common. They cross-pollinate. But in reality, none of these is the people of the book. Now, one of them. The Black Hebrew Israelites is an impossible thing. That doesn't even exist. So they out. British American Israelite, they out. They don't fit none of the prophecies. Judaism and the Jews, they out. They don't fit none of the prophecies. The Christian church with their supersessionism and those wicked bastard church fathers, they don't fit it either. Oh, did he say that? Yep, I sure did. Because that's what they are. So, why is there such a tug of war over who the people of the book are, and where are they on your list, Brother C, if you know who they are? Yes, I know who they are. The Israelites. Point blank, period. The Israelites by blood, members who fit the biblical prophecies. So you can forget about any tug of war. You can forget about being Buddhist, Muslim, and all that other foolishness if you want. That's your choice. But the bottom line is this. There's only one people that the book is talking about that he gave that book to. So if he gave that book to them, they should be the ones that take that book, accept their culture, accept their father, accept the son, accept the Ruach, and start moving accordingly. It's one thing to take back your culture, but it's one thing you have to be living it. And how do you live your culture? Well, what did he give you? What did the Father give to you that separates you from all the rest of the earth? I'll wait. Something I always say. What do I always say? LSC. What's LSC? For the new people, y'all type it in and put it in the chat. What is LSC? What did the Father give you that separates you from everyone? Tell me what LSC is. Okay, Rio Morgan. He did give us that too. He definitely gave us that because we the most dominant athletes on the earth. Any sport we pick up. I was telling a Mexican cat in the office probably about when World Cup started. And he was saying, yeah, it's not big in the United States, blah, blah, blah. It's big everywhere else. I said, well, number one, the elites, or not the elites, the folks here in America have made these sports so expensive that it's hard. It's a tougher entry now. You'll notice that it's not that many of us playing baseball now. It's because they have these travel leagues, these AAU leagues, and you got to have big money to get to have your son or daughter play. I know this from experience because my granddaughters they play softball. They're really really good, but that's a different conversation. Bats cost $500. An aluminum bat, $500. You imagine that? That's just for the bat. Not to mention all the auxiliary stuff and that they need that go along with that. And then they travel. Sometimes they do tournaments that's in other states. They travel, drive to those states, hotels, food, all those things, gas, back and forth. So it becomes an expensive thing. But what I shared with him is this. I said, you know what? If you want to open up soccer to the and you want to get the best athletes, you need to put them soccers where my people are. Where my people are, because my people are the best athletes on the earth, period. If you get us involved with a sport from child up, we're going to dominate that sport. Tiger Woods, Venus Williams, Serena Williams. Sports we don't even get down in. Arthur Ashe tennis. You can't tell me we're not dominant. Father put that in us. That's we got remnants of the cheat codes. Don't even know it. You got remnants of the cheat codes inside of you that allow you to do things that you never, ever thought possible. You put it up right there. The law, statutes, and commandments. That's right. That's what it is. That's what separates you from every man, woman, and child on this earth. Somebody get that precept where he say his and the laws is not grievous. That's somewhere. That's in a book somewhere. I can't remember what book that's in. It's out there somewhere. So now, let's get into some questions. Abiyah Israel Shalom says, hope all is well. Peace and blessings to you. You're not gonna outrun an Israelite. You're not gonna outjump an Israelite. You're not gonna outthink an Israelite. Only way you can stop an Israelite is if you try to hold them down by not including them in whatever it is that you got going. Because as soon as we figure out what it is, we're going to take the game and rock it out and run with it. Look at this right here. This truth to what I'm saying. I'm not just neck talking. My brother dominated soccer. My mom never paid the sign-up fee. They just wanted my brother. That's what's up. Because he was tight. Hand-foot coordination. They don't got nothing about that and do nothing with that. Right off of putting that precept of 1 John 5:3. That's right, Pele. We're going to hit that too in Rolando. But for this is the love of the Father, that we keep his commandments. So what we supposed to be doing? This is in the New Testament for all the Christians. For this is the love of the Father, that we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous. So it's not a pain to do it. You do the 5 million laws to live in the snakes. You bet not spit on the sidewalk and say if a cop see you, especially if you're a Negroid. You got Negroid features. Bop him over the head, lock him up. He spit on the sidewalk, get him. That we keep his commandments. This is the love of the Father, that you keep his. So that means that you should be keeping his commandments. That's quite simple, isn't it? Is that hard? Is that difficult for anybody? That's not difficult at all. And his commandments is not hard. You know why they hard? Because we willfully want to do our own will. We willfully want to sin. We willfully want to do what we want to do. That's why it's grievous. Father, I don't want to not do that. I want to do what this over good feel thing over here. Father wouldn't have gave them to you if you couldn't keep them. The biggest lie I've ever been told is the Israelites, the saints, couldn't keep the commandments. That's why he not rocking with you. You a lie. You haven't read the book. You haven't read the book. You haven't read it. So let's keep going. So you got all of this extra war going on. But here's the thing. The first question I want to ask is, and you guys know I like to ask these questions, and I'm going to ask them. Why is there such conflict over about the people of the book? And I'm going to put it in the chat, and then we're going to conversate about it. And I'm going to ask the brothers on the panel, why is there such conflict about the people of the book and who they are? I don't have any idea. I mean, I'm just freestyling. Go ahead, bro.
Well, there's a lot of conflict about the people of the book and who they are because, we got a nation in our land being called by our name. I can't even say they being called by our name, being Jewish, Um, but the conflict is that the wrong people are in the land and the right people are here proclaiming that we are the people of the book and that the land belongeth to us and that the law, statutes, and commandments, the laws of life was given to us. So, we got the greatest hijacking in human history going on right now, so that's the discrepancy that's about to get rectified. And, oh yeah, my shalom, brother Yasadek. Just was waiting to shoot that out to you.
Yeah, shalom. I said that's my new hero right there. You know what I'm
Not
talking
me.
about? Shoot, you my hero, brother. But
Most
yeah,
High, all our hero, believe that.
amen, brother. Yeah, I think just threw this up here. Isaiah 34:8. For it is the day of the Most High's vengeance in the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. That's why it is, because all these years they had us, we was groping in darkness, but the Most High has opened up our eyes, and now we're not only becoming a nation, but we're starting to come into our own. See, they can't lie anymore. So now they're not even lying anymore. They are lying, but they're what they're trying to do is schmooze themselves alongside of us. We don't even realize it, that although we're on the bottom right now, we're at the top, and everybody's trying to get to where we are. We just don't realize it.
Both of you brothers came with some profound commentary, and I really, truly appreciate that. It's great having you brothers on. I could take both of y'all commentary, rewind that, and play that back for a sanity check. The thought that you are now the head has not occurred to you. The thought that the dry bones have stood up has not occurred to you yet. Put a 1 up if the awakening has exceeded your expectations in terms of the amount of people that are awakened. The awakening it hasn't startled me, but it is amazing to see. It's amazing to see the awakening. And to land back on what you both you brothers said, it's a scary thing to hear Israelites speak, but it's even more terrifying to know that what they're saying is truth. Wherever the land is, it's been hijacked. Your identity has been stolen. Your birthright taken from you. Your gold and silver has been plundered. Your women have been plundered. Your men have been beaten into back brokenness. Your children have been given over to the interweb, and to the cell phones. But only thing you just talking about, Brother C, is Deuteronomy 28:68. But there's also Deuteronomy 30. Brother C, why is you always on Deuteronomy Deuteronomy can tear down anybody's doctrine. And I'm going to leave that at that before I give away the punchline. Let's look at some of the family's comments. Deuteronomy 6:25 from my good brother JPM. And it shall be our righteousness. Wait a minute. It shall be the Christians' righteousness. I don't think the Christians is into righteousness. Because Christianity, I say it all the time, Christianity is a made-up religion. It's a religion. It's not your culture. If you an African American and you went through the killing field, your grandparents, your ancestors went through the killing fields of slavery, put that mess down right now. And pick up the book and say, and pray that the Father say to your mind, I'm an Israelite. I'm one of them people of the book, and that he opened the book up to your mind. Why people running out of the broad gate in droves, accepting their culture by saying that I'm an Israelite, but you can't accept it halfway and be talking about you're an Israelite and you're not LSC. Kenyatta Coleman put up Revelation 14:12, one of my favorites. Everybody got their favorites. This is one of my favorites. Revelation 14:12. What that say? You've been playing church. That's why we had the vernacular. You're playing church. Yeah, because you're just playing. You're not really real about the book if you're talking about you in Christianity. You're not really about the book if you're a nigger light either. Brother C, what's a nigger light? Those that talk about their Christian Israelite? Or say it the politically correct. Don't say nigger light with the ER on it, like how the white guys would say it. I hate those goddamn nigger Hebrew Israelites. Okay, you a nigger light then. How about that? You halfway, you straddling the fence. You got one foot in the culture and the other foot in that bastardized religion called Christianity that they gave you. Anyway, let me get off that soapbox. So now, let's talk a little bit about the different factions for a second, because I think everybody answered the question. Let me see. Let me put some of these answers up that some of y'all gave. Let's see where we at. They're afraid of losing power. Reason why there's such conflict. The covenant is huge because the covenant wasn't made with everybody. If the covenant wasn't made with everybody, that means being saved ain't for everybody. Mashiach tell you plainly who he come back for. I tell y'all that every chance I get, I'm gonna tell y'all who he came back for. Who did he say he came back for? That's the punchline. Banya, what's good, brother? How you doing? You on mute. When you get off mute, brother Banya, you can speak at any point. Let's keep reading some of these comments. I said, afraid of losing power. They got to explain it. Tables are turning, and that's right. And sis, you know what's happening is they are trying to explain it. But every time you hear them explain it, they put their foot in their mouth. And they put their foot in their mouth sideways. Hey, brother Banya, how you doing, man? Shalom, what's going on?
Hey, Shalom, Elder. How you doing, man? Sorry about that, man.
Oh, man, you ain't got to apologize. It's good. We know you on the good shit work for somebody else, man. Don't worry about it. We good. How you doing, man? What's going on?
I'm doing good. All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, and peace and blessings to everybody in the room or in the chat. Elder Elisha, brother Yashadek, welcome. Yeah, man, I was listening to what you were saying, man. Why is these things happening now, right? And I thought of one particular scripture within Hosea. In Hosea 4:1, it says, "Hear the word of the Most High, ye children of Israel. For the Most High have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood toucheth blood. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of heaven. Yea, the fishes of the sea also should be taken away." The Most High doing all that stuff today, because the Most High got a problem with these people. He got a problem. He priming them for judgment. You know, everywhere you look, man, there's somebody stealing, culturally appropriating what belongs to us. You know, the things that are the things that have been. There's no new thing under the sun. The same way they steal everything that we do today, like we set the trends and then they come and they take over it. We build the machines and they take the patents. We make the songs and they want to be over it and get the money for it, right? That's the same way they did our records. You know, that's the same way they did our book. That's the same way they did our culture. And then they stand in front of us and they boast and they say, oh, we got the records. We got the records. We the people. But the scriptures say that we be discontinued from our heritage, that we wouldn't know that we wouldn't have our heritage, that we wouldn't have our records, that they would be in the hands of our enemies, and that we would be in the hands of our enemies. Right? But the Most High, he's priming these people for destruction because his word is true. Everything that he said would come forth and it would happen. It would be exactly the way he said it. He said they was lies. He said they was thieves. He said they were wicked from the start. And that's what they're going to be. If they wicked, let the wicked be wicked.
That's
Amen.
book. That's book. Say that.
If they wicked, let the wicked be wicked. Because the Most High priming them for judgment.
The other BAI Shalom, there's actually a precept in Revelations. What does he say? I think Revelations chapter 22. I'm going to grab up that precept. But in conjunction with what you just said, and I don't know if anybody else's experience is different. In my time going out there, I've encountered several Jewish people. You know what I noticed? I noticed that I've not seen too many of them deny that we were the people. More so that we are both the people, if anything. You know,
Yep.
I haven't really seen them say, you know what, unequivocally, you Negroes or you black people are not of the children of Israel. I've not seen them do that to a great degree, you know, and of recent memory, usually what they do is they try to make it look like we are both the people. And if you go back to that video with the semi-ish people in front of the White House, the first Jewish guy who wasn't operating with any knowledge said that Judaism or their particular paradigm was a religion, that what they practice is a religion. It wasn't a heritage thing, but a religious thing, you know. And I don't know if he let the cat out of the bag with that, you know, according to what he was told or not told. But I'm gonna grab up that precept in Revelations real quick.
Oh boy, I got tongue tied. Can y'all believe that? At any rate, hey, Brother Banya, we probably shouldn't allow you back on the channel again because when you come on, you be flame throwing and you gonna make some people mad. You two go get mad at me, and I'm the calm one. He come in throwing flames at the heathen. Throwing flame. He got his flamethrower burning them the hell up, which is great. My brother put that up, Revelation 22:11. Go ahead and read that, bro.
Revelation 22:11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still, and he which is filthy, let him be filthy still, and he that is righteous, let him be righteous still, and he that is holy, let him be holy still. So to go with what Elder Bonnie was saying, hey man, let them cats be filthy, let them cats be wicked, let them be all the things that they are that brings upon the judgment of the Most High. You know, and I always used to say this to brothers and to some brothers' perplexion, that it's necessary that the police should kill our people, that we should be in degradation, that we should live in poverty, that our time here causes us to mourn and lift up cries of salvation, cries of please Father save us, because if that's not the case, we don't fit those prophecies.
Yes.
If that's not the case, then we don't never desire to leave. They have to be doing something to us for the Most High to save us out of it. If everything is just peace, love, and hair grease, and everything stops, and everybody is we are the world, and they become our neighbor instead of Israelite born being our neighbor, then we'll no longer seek to leave. That is bad enough we oppress now, and we don't seek to leave.
Amen.
So yeah. So as long as they afflict us, we fit those prophecies. As long as they oppress us, we fit those prophecies. As long as they kill us, we fit those prophecies. As long as they incarcerate us, we fit those prophecies. As long as our women don't want to be told what to do, we fit those prophecies. As long as our brothers abandon houses and homes, we fit those prophecies. As long as we stand up for our people, we fit those prophecies. Every way that a man can, or a woman or our nation can fit those prophecies, we do, because of what we suffer here and how the impact of this Babylon from the Semi-ish people and the rest of the Western powers is why we fit those prophecies to this day. So we got to take the good with the bad. It's going to be Freddie Gray's. It's going to be those things that cause us to lift up prayer, saying, "Why are we in this condition?" Because as long as these things are happening, our salvation draws nigh.
You know what? You know what I consider too, bro, and amen to what you said, because it got me thinking, you know, about all the prophecies we fit. And it's like our existence is like a beautiful song. But right now, and at the point where we're at the part where so much heartbreak and it's so much struggle, but it's like a beautiful song, you know, how the Most High loved us so, and we turned away from him, but he still had mercy on us and accepted us and redeemed us. And right now, we in the middle of the song where we turn from him, but we coming back to him, you know. And it's like at the end of the song, like we'll be like, you know, at the end of the song, we'll be with him again. We'll be with our Father, you know. And it's like he loved us so much that he didn't force us to follow him, but he gave us the choice to see what was on the other side, you know, to see that no one else would love us the way that he did.
Absolutely.
You know,
That's awesome commentary by you brothers. Let's go to the next question. Let me see, how am I going to weave this in? We already know the answers to the questions. So here's what I'm going to do. We know the BHI movement is false. There's no such thing. We have an idea of Judaism, but I want to talk a little bit about the BAI movement. Are most individuals familiar with the British American Israelite movement and what that is and what that means? And I'll put it in the chat. British American Israelites. Are you all familiar of that term and what that term means? I'm being calm right now. Y'all want me to be calm? Pensacola, y'all bless. Let me see here. Let's see. Notorious Hebrew. Y'all want me to be calm, right? Okay, I'll be calm for about all of 30 seconds. So the BAI movement, put a one up if you're familiar with the BAI movement, because the BAI movement is connected to a few things, and we've talked about it before. And I think it's good to talk about, you know, different movements and how it connects and reflects to us, because there's a big fuss going on the earth, and that fuss is who's the Israelites, who's the real people of the book, who are they? And so I'm gonna bring up what BAI is, and then I'm gonna share my screen, and then we'll get into it a little bit. It looks like some of you I appreciate that, sis, because I am out of pocket, and I keep saying to myself, well, you know, you don't need to holler, you don't need to be screaming at people, and I'm not screaming at y'all. I just get animated and excited when I'm talking about the book. I can barely contain myself, but then there's a little bit of fire and a little bit of anger in there too, because you figure we've been bamboozled, hoodwinked, stolen, had our culture stolen from us, was called everything under the sun, and then was given the most craziest religion on the history of the earth, Christianity, on record. Y'all could run this back to the FBI and the CIA, Donald Trump, and the Zigzag Man all combined. Christianity is the most craziest religion ever invented. Because it don't make no sense. You say that you love the Father, but you don't keep his commandments. You say that you love Mashiach, Mashiach is the word, you don't keep him. That invalidates the whole 45,000. You're invalid. You can't say that you love the Father if you're not keeping his word. You're a liar. The book will call you a liar several million times. Let's get into this BIA movement. Now, it's called British American Israelism. That's what the acronym BIA is for. No Wikipedia. We're not giving you $2. Okay? So just know that. Read that precept before I rock. 1 John 2:4. He that said, I know him, Christianity. You say you know the Father. You say you're a prophet. You say you're a prophetess. You say you're you went to cemetery school and now you're a doctorate, and everybody else that's not a doctorate, what a book say he said he was going to use the foolish to confound the wise. You stand in the position of wise. I stand in the position of the foolish. He said that we use the foolish to confound the wise. You in cemetery school talk about the law is done away with, but the Father say it's good for you to keep his law because he gave it to the Israelites. It's good for you to keep it. So you a lying heiress and keepeth not his commandments. So you telling people not to keep his commandments, you a liar. That's the rest of the verse. I don't even have to read the rest of the verse because I already know you a liar. And the rest of the punchline, you can't have the truth in you if you're telling people that. If you're a pastor of a church and you telling people to go against the Father's word, you a liar. The book say there's no truth in you whatsoever. I don't care if you Pastor Mike. I don't care if you that Berean channel dude. Books say the truth ain't in you. I go by what the book say. I don't go by what no man say. Covering no doctrine of man. That's what you go with. Somebody give me Matthew 15:9. We'll catch everybody. We'll catch the BAI movement. We'll catch the Christianity. We'll catch Judaism. We'll catch it all with just one precept. Somebody get Matthew 59 and put it up.
Got you.
We'll catch it all with just that right there. Go ahead and put it up.
You post it.
This is for BAI. This is for the Black Hebrew Israelites. That's invisible. There's no such thing. This is for Christianity, the broad gate. This is for Judaism. This is for Muslim, Buddhist, atheist. All of y'all fit into this right here. Put it up, please. Matthew 59. Go ahead and read that, bro.
But in vain they do worship me.
Stop right there. You worship him in vain. You, all of those commoners, because you're a commoner. You beneath me. You worship the Father in vain. Keep reading.
Teaching for doctrines the commandments of men.
So everything that you teach is a commandment of a man. Pastor Mike, whatever your name is, you teach it from the commandments of men. This is New Testament, which is really pointing you to the laws, the Psalms, and the prophets. You in vain worshiping with the Christmas tree and them Easter eggs. Because he hates your feast anyway. This right here invalidates you. You teaching doctrines of men, telling people that the Father don't want you to keep his word. Creflo Dollar. That the Hashatan wants you to keep the law. And that if you keep the law, you're going to sin. That came out of Creflo Dollar mouth. Creflo Dollar, you a liar. Point blank.
I got one to go in conjunction with that.
Man, put it up and go with it. Put it up and go with it.
Go right in conjunction with those doctrine of men.
You are an errorist, sir or ma'am. If you're doing anything if you not teaching from the book and you not teaching LSC, you, sir, you, ma'am, he caught you a liar. He caught you an errorist. Not me. He did it.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry.
Put it up, man. We're going to get into that. This invalidates all the list of characters that we listed earlier. We're going to touch on BIA, but then we're going to move off of that because that ain't nothing but a bunch of foolishness anyway for the white supremacists.
There you go.
Yep. We call y'all out every chance we get. Colossians 2:8. Colossians 2:8. Go ahead and read that. Elisha, go ahead and read that, bro. You could break it down. You could break it down, Banya, brother Elisha. Go ahead and read that, please.
Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
See, that's what they be trying to do. Deceive people with their philosophy. But the scriptures say that if any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of the Most High. Right? Keep going.
After the tradition of men.
Start right there.
After the rudiments.
Start right there for a second. After the traditions of men. Just like the elder just showed, the commandments of men, the tradition of men. That's what they want you to follow. The traditions and the commandments of men. But their hearts are far from the Most High. Keep reading.
After the rudiments of the world, and not after Mashiach.
Thank you, Elder Elisha. After the rudiments of the world and not after Mashiach. Pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Rudiments of the world. Christmas, Halloween. Rudiments of the world. No law, statutes, and commandments. Anything goes. Rudiments of the world. But not after Mashiach. None of that stuff don't got nothing to do with Mashiach. Mashiach ain't never told us to be no Christians. And those who follow him, they didn't consider themselves Christians. They were followers of the Mashiach. That's who they were. They were black. They were niggers. As it says, they were called in Antioch.
Let me post this precept with you, brother.
Y'all go ahead, rock, man. I'm not getting in y'all way. Go ahead. You got another one you want to drop, Elisha? Go ahead, run that.
Yeah, just something real short. John 14:15.
Out of the mouth of the Mashiach. Go ahead and read that, Banya. Elisha, you get the commentary on it. Go ahead, break that. Read that, brother Banya, please.
John 14:15. If ye love me,
if you love me, we pretexting that with something. It's a stipulation here. It's not just an emotional love. It's not that love that you just speak out your mouth. It's action that goes with this. So read that again, brother.
If ye love me, keep my commandments.
Now, the only thing the Mashiach ever gave us commandment on was the things the Father instructed. He said to love the Father with all your heart, mind, and might, and love your neighbor as yourself. Both those precepts can be found in Deuteronomy, the 6th chapter, Leviticus, the 19th chapter. And he did one more special thing for us when the young man asked him, how could I enter into life? I'm going to grab that precept up real quick. Matthew chapter 19. He advised us to do what? Keep the Most High's commandments. So to love the Mashiach, you had to love your brother as yourself. You had to love the Most High with all your heart, mind, and might. You had to keep those commandments the Most High gave us, which was the first oracles of the ways of God. Let me grab all the Most High. Let me just put that precept in there, brother. You can go ahead and shoot that commentary.
All right.
You put it in private, bro?
I'm about to put it in right now.
Okay, my bad.
Matthew 19:17. Here we go, right here.
Matthew 19:17. And he said unto him, Why callest me good? There is none good but one, that is the Most High. But if thou would enter into life, keep the commandments.
Keep the commandments. So while the world is following the world, and while these dens and confusions and teaching the doctrines of men to follow the Mashiach, he said, if you love me, keep my commandments. And his commandments was to love the Father with all our heart, mind, and might, to love your neighbor as yourself, which was written aforetime. And then he said, if you will enter into life, keep the commandments. That's what you're doing when you're following the Mashiach. And none of these dens of confusion seem to be able to do that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm going to close out with this last one right here. I'm going to close out and then we're going to move on. But hey, listen, if you're a Christian You better be getting, if you are a Negro, your family went through the killing fields of slavery, get out them dens of iniquity and come on over to the winning team. That's the Israelites, the kingdom. And you ain't got to rock out with us. Just rock out with some folks that believe the book. Brother Bonnie, read Proverbs 4:2, please.
Proverbs 4:2. For I give you good doctrine.
Stop right there. So he gives you good doctrine. So that means that what you're getting from this individual who's giving you this good doctrine is going to be good for you. It's not going to be no folly doctrine. It's not going to lead you down to degradation or lead you on the pit on your way to hell with gasoline draws on. It's something that's going to be good for your spirit. When you read the book now, you know when you're under your culture of being an Israelite, that book not only opens up for you, you're glad to read it. You're glad to take it in. You're glad to do what it say because it's good for you. It's good doctrine. Read the rest of that.
Forsake ye not my law.
Do not forsake his laws. You can't know what nobody telling you. Paul didn't tell you to do that. John didn't tell you to do that. Mark didn't tell you to do that. Matthew didn't either. Everything that them brothers said, our ancestors said, line up on line, precept on precept with the original manuscripts. Don't let nobody move you off of this. Stop playing with the Israelites. That's why what the brother said earlier, that's why they're not trying to debate us about this book. You're not fitting Deuteronomy 28, Khazars. You're not fitting Deuteronomy 30. You're not fitting no part of the book. There is parts of the book that you fit, though, where it say you're fitted for destruction. I remember that. But you're not the stars of the book. You're not the star of the story. That's reserved for the people that he gave it to. Let's get into this Black Hebrew Israel. See, that's why you shouldn't play with these Israelites. They start bringing line upon line, precept on precept. Next thing you know, you confounded. Christian can't debate nobody about no book. Me and my brother Bonnie was talking the other day. Man, we done forgot more than what most people about that's coming to the truth, or that's even the Christian could ever dream of. Ain't that something? That's an interesting say, because I literally have forgotten a lot. Okay, so let's get into this BAI. This British Israelism, also called Anglo-Israelism, is a British nationalist, pseudo-archaeological, pseudo-historical, and pseudo-religious belief that the people of Great Britain and genetically, racially, and linguistically the direct descendants of the 10 lost tribes of ancient Israel. Right? And then they give you this map, which is a bunch of hocus pocus. Then they talk about ancient Israel, which is there, supposedly. With roots in the 16th century, British Israelism was inspired by several 19th century English writings, such as John Wilson's 1804 Our Israelite Origin. From the 1870s onward, numerous independent British Israelite organizations were set up through the British Empire, as well as the United States. As of the early 21st century, a number of these organizations are still active in America. The idea gave rise to Christian identity movements. So now, fam, when you hear these white evangelicals talking, they won't tell you, but they really pointing to this. They're not really pointing to Christianity. Why do you think everything was so separated when so-called black people, I'm going to use this term for this part of the conversation, so-called black people are the most spiritual people on the earth. And I'm talking about the that's dispersed all over the earth. Why do you say that, Brother C? Because we're the only ones that would accept everybody for being our brother. You got people calling different demons that then accepted the Israelite culture, then turn around and flip the script. Now they the prophet, and now they the culture, and now they over you. Imagine that. So these individuals, when you listen to a white evangelical, listen to them from a point of they're coming from a position of racism and white supremacy. That's what the R/WS is for. They're coming from that position, and they're coming looking at it from a lens of, yes, they are the children of Israel. This goes beyond the pale of being a Christian to what they believe their true roots are. When you hear them talking about, yeah, America is a city on a hill, when you hear that prophets and physicians of no value talking about, oh yeah, there's going to be a wealth transfer, they're not talking about you. It's going to be a wealth transfer to you. Now, just imagine this. You're already running shop. You're already controlling everything. And the Father is going to do a wealth transfer on the earth, and he's going to transfer it to you again. Who does that make sense to? So let me get this straight. America and Great Britain, the Queen owns 666 million acres. Hold on a second, fam. Hold on. Okay. The Queen used to own 660 million acres of land, million acres with an M, on the earth. So now the Father's going to bless them as being Israel, the British monarchy, and the American political structure. And then he's going to do a wealth transfer and give it back to the white people. I don't know who that makes sense to. And so that's what the BAI movement is about. Now, Brother Yash, you and I had a conversation about BAI, and this gets into, we're going to take a little bit of a divergence, and I'm not going to read this. If you guys want to read it, you guys know what I do is I give you guys breadcrumbs, and if you guys want to go through and read it, you can, but it's really a bunch of demented, sick stuff, because at the one side, you talk about you Israel, and then on another side, you hate everybody that's not white. When the Father said he's love. The only people on the earth that have been exhibiting the Father's love is the Israelites, because we love everybody. So now what we need to do is stop loving on everybody and start looking at each other and start loving yourself. Look in the mirror, and then you look at people and you start loving the people that's related to you.
Amen.
How about that? How about we stop looking for acceptance of the heathen? Oh, if I say I forgive this heathen, he's going to pat me on the head and say, good job, Charlie.
Amen.
I'm not looking for no pat on the head from you or nobody that look like you. That bastard Jen John slayed 10 of our people. I do believe that's the number in Buffalo. So him and 9 of his people should get tossed headlong into the lake.
100.
Yep, I did say that. No forgiveness. Who bewitched you to say, yes, I need to forgive my heathen, because I love him so. My heathen brother. Oh yeah, they gonna get saved too. Oh yeah, they gonna be saved too. Why the hell you worried about somebody else when you're at the bottom? But I digress. Okay, so Brother Yash, that's where I was going. Brother Yash, I wanted you to share a little bit of the conversation that you and I had about the BIA movement, because that was instrumental to you, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Go ahead and rock, bro. Go ahead and rock.
Okay, yeah, I remember going back in the 80s, early 80s. Really started like I think I was in my late teens, and I was searching to find myself because I always was into our people. Now I come from a strong Christian background. lineage of preachers in my family, and so we all had to go to church. But I don't even want to go back there. The bottom line is I left the church at 11 years old, plain and simple. And my mother, for some reason, just let me. I come to find out later because she knew that she just always knew that I was going to be all right for some reason. So anyway, I was trying to find myself. Everybody's in the church. Everybody's trying to get me to go to church, but it just I didn't want to go unless I was right, and I had to find the right way. So I stumbled across some books one time. I was in the library and I stumbled across some books and started reading up on you know different ways that the Christianity should be practiced. And one day I caught this old white preacher on TV, Herbert W. Armstrong of the Worldwide Church of God, and he was talking about keeping the Sabbath and stuff. So that stuff kind of, was it the Sabbath? Yeah. So that stuff kind of hit on me, and I started doing some more research into those things. And I had got this book that he had published out, the United States and Britain in Prophecy. And so I was reading it, and it was explaining how when Jacob, before his death, when he went to when he met Joseph's two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, and when he went to put his blessing upon him, and he crossed his hands, and he blessed Ephraim, saying, "The younger shall be greater than the elder, and the younger shall become a multitude of nations, or a great and mighty nation." Yada yada yada. So therefore, because the United States, now check out the logic. So the United States, because they were Christian, I got my hands up like quotes, nation, and they came up out of Britain, and at one time Britain was a great nation, so great that they said the sun never sets on Britain, because they ruled from, that's where they got the song, from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, and from sea to shining sea. Anyway, because the United States came out of Britain, that made, that book right there. Yeah, they had they were younger, so therefore, but they were a great nation. They grew into a great nation, so therefore, the citizens of the the white, and they made sure that they said the Anglo-Saxon citizens of America are the tribe of Ephraim, and the British were Manasseh. That's basically the gist of what this book says. And then it goes through a whole bunch of prophecies. But as I was reading this book, and I'll read the prophecies that they would use, I'll go a little bit further on. And as I was reading, this book and their prophecies, trying to understand how the United States was Ephraim, and let me make this clear though. They make it clear. They say Caucasians, white America. They make it clear to you in this book that it's the Caucasoids. And I was trying to make some sense of it. But as I was reading the prophecies, and I go further, because they'll give you a bit and piece. You know how Christianity does. They'll take a snippet and run with it. But as I read further on into it, I could see how these prophecies, although if you looked at it in the context of what they were saying, if you was white, it would make sense to you because you want that. But when you read them in the context of what the scripture was actually saying, it was, and I was, like I say, grew up all studying just nothing but Black history. So the prophecies was, and I was young, but it seemed like what was happening, all this stuff that they were talking about in the book was the things that happened to our people. So this book that they gave to white America and white England, this book showed me that we were the true people of the book. This book did. It wasn't talking nothing about us. But when I put those prophecies in its proper context, I had to tell my mom, I said, Mom, I think I got this book, and it's telling us how the Brits and the United States and all of them is the tribe of Ephraim and Manasseh. I said, but when I read these scriptures, I said, it's showing us that it's us. And from that point on, I think it was about maybe 1986, 85, 86, I started believing that we were the people of the book. Now, I thought I was probably one of the only ones, and I had my friend D. Me and him was sharing, because his brother back then, he was a mighty man, powerful preacher. And, when he used to go ahead and pray for you and things, stuff used to truly happen. So, but at that same time, the Most High was giving him visions of Moses and how Moses was Black. And he was telling us this, even though he didn't even believe it himself. He was explaining to us the things in his vision. But so at the end of the day, I kind of threw away, I kept that book. And I just left it when I moved to South Carolina 4 years ago. I should have brought it with me. But I got rid of a whole bunch of some good stuff I shouldn't have. I just got they forced me. But go ahead.
I want to take you to a point that you made, and it's highlighted here. And I want to highlight something. Notice what they say in this book. They say the governments of the United States, Britain, Canada, Australia, and South Africa. If you look at every one of those nations wholesale slaughtered the people that were there. Wholesale. If you a city on a hill and you a light on the hill and the Father's moving with you, why would you do this? Why would you slaughter the inhabitants of that land? Because that land is not yours. You weren't told to. The Father parsed out the earth, different lands to different people, right? I'm not making that up. That's somewhere you could go from the Table of the Nations and work down.
Yep.
He gave everybody their own land. So what right did these nations that's highlighted go and destroy? South Africa had apartheid. You went and destroyed the people that were there, set up your government, and now you're supreme in that land. Now, how can you make that fit prophecy? I was scrolling down and looking at the book, and they have all of these chapters in this book. It sounds like it's a good read, but reason why we're highlighting this, family, is that this is in their mind. This is in their DNA. It's not just in their mind. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. We're going to get off BAI for a minute. This is how. Go ahead.
My bad. Go. No, go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead, rock out. Go ahead, rock.
No. Actually, I saw the Edomites teach that book on a Sunday morning. I believe when I was in the Bing, they actually taught that book about how all the European powers of the European Union, based off of that book, were the children of Israel and the 12 tribes. And they went into how even the American, the eagle got, how it got the olive branches in it, and they got, listen, I saw that, I saw them teach that. When I was watching that teaching, it was crazy. It's about what you just said. Even in Great Britain, they never teach about who was actually in that land before they followed us there and confiscated the land. Like when they whitewash William the Conqueror, from the first century. I mean, what is it? First century? Not the first century AD, but 1000 AD. He went and conquered all of Europe. You go up, if you go look up any pictures of him, they'll show him as a white man. But look up at if you look up the ancient coinage, it'll show him with dreads and black
Mm-hmm.
robes. So to every place, like you just said, they went right behind us and they confiscated these lands from us and our brothers in these different lands. Particularly, they never talk about that part. But inside this book, and I watched them teach it, they taught how each one of these European powers were the different tribes of Israel.
Hey, brother Elisha, and not only that though, this was my question, because you have to be a critical thinker, and that is what is known today as dominion theology, and they use the scriptures that when the Most High told Moses and Joshua to go and conquer the lands of the Canaanites and kick them out, the inhabitants out, and to move into the land of Canaan. You see, but and I thank the Most High for this, because my question was, because I said this to my mother, I was like, and they say that God told them to go do this, and they went and they to conquer all the lands. I said, and they used the scriptures in the book of Joshua and Deuteronomy. I said, but who was their prophet? They had no prophet to tell them to go ahead and do this. I said, they just made up this history on their own, went over here and slayed everybody, grabbed our people up. And enslaved us, made us their slaves. And then they saying they are the people, the children of Israel. I said, but it has to be us. So you gotta think critically of that. They allowed themselves to be deluded. That even goes beyond the Most High sending them strong delusion. They deluded their own selves. You got to think about it.
Well, they have literally inherited lies of their father, which their original father was Hashatan to begin with. So they inherited his lies. Then they inherited the lies of their father, talking about they were supremes. Then they inherited the lies of their great grandfather, which taught them they supremes. Then they inherited the lies of their great great grandfather, which taught them that they were supremes. So you got build up upon build up upon build up. And what's going to happen is you're going to need a lobotomy at the end, because your mind is goofed up. You're going to be waiting for the rapture, and guess what? It's never going to happen. You're going to be waiting for a wealth transfer. It's going to transfer to somebody, but it's not going to be you. What's going to befall the people of the book, and what's going to befall the enemies, the one that's been killing the people of the book. We have never wholesale en masse murdered any race or any group, any nation of people on the earth. This
That
side of
didn't deserve
78.
it. Yeah, I can say that didn't deserve it.
This side of 70 AD. I must be circumspect when I say that. This side of 70 AD, we haven't murdered anybody or taken anybody out in mass. We have been the tail. We have been the bottom. We have been scraping the barrel. We have been confounded. We're so brilliant that we confounded. We're confounded and brilliant at the same time. But here's the most beautiful thing. And then we're gonna get off of that. And we're gonna get into the common fallacy, which we already touched upon with all these groups. That's tugging a war about who's the people of the book. The greatest thing that's happening right now is the awakening. And that's what's got everybody in an uproar. Now, when you stir the Jewish hornet's nest and you get them folks up and they getting out their seat, talk about anti-Semitism, that means that you struck a nerve. I listened to that one bastard talk about Kanye West is going to stir people to do harm to him. No, he not. Kyrie Irving and Kanye is going to spur people to hurt them. No, they not. We're not thinking about you. We thinking about getting the kingdom. We thinking about coming to our own. We thinking about what it would be if we were left alone for 10 years by ourselves, amongst ourselves, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, what we can accomplish. I heard somewhere we could turn it in 10. It wouldn't take long. It'd take us 10 years. I heard that 2 decades ago. It would only take 10 to flip the script and turn it around. Somebody talk about the war scroll. I talk about the war scrolls all the time. Where we on par with the other nations, rocking them. The Mashiach come back and break the tie. Imagine where we are now as a nation, where we can get with the other nations. Where we rocking them. All of them. All of Psalms 83, we rocking them. Not just one, not just America, not just Russia. Who's the next superpower on the earth? Put a one up if you know. I know. I know who the next superpower on the earth is going to be. And you know what I got? I got 2 things. I got number 1, the Morse word of prophecy. I actually got 3. I got the Morse word of prophecy. I got what the Father said, and I got the book. I can go read it. If I go read the book, it's going to tell me who it's going to be. And nobody ain't got to explain it to me. I can read it for myself. Like the book says, study to show thyself approved. I can read it, and I can discern it. Father giving me that spirit to be able to break down these precepts. I know I could do it. Ruach is going to tell me what it say and what it mean. You put a 1 up if you know who the next post superpower on the earth is going to be. I know who it is. It's not BIA. It's not BHI. It's not Judaism and the fake Jews, the fuse. It's not the errors of the 45,000 broad gate. It's them same people that he gave the book to. It ain't nobody else. It's the saints. Who's the saints? Christianity co-op that term. Who's the saints? Put a 7 up if you know who the saints is. The saints ain't the one that's reading the Talmud. The saints ain't the one telling you that the Father's law is done away with. The saints ain't the one talking about, oh yeah, I'm a niggerite. I'm a Christian Israelite. Superpowers is real. We got stuff we ain't even seen yet that the Father gonna give us. This hour. I'm not talking about next week. I'm talking about today, the next day, and the next day. He not playing with us and he not playing with the earth right now. You see what he doing on the earth right now. You see what he doing. Put a 10 up if you know he not playing then. Put them 10s up if you know that he is not playing with you. He not playing with me. He not playing with nobody on this earth. He gonna smash Psalms 83. He says somewhere some books say that Israel is his battle axe and his weapon of war. You seen that mighty army, IUIC. You seen them brothers, and you don't even have to rock out with IUIC. They're my brothers, and I love them. I'm not a camp. Those is my people, and I love them. You seen what could be when you saw that. Them brothers is LSC. You don't have to agree with their doctrine. You don't have to agree 100% with nothing what they say. I know you don't agree 100% with nothing I say. You can't agree with 100% of what they say. Them still your brothers.
You see dry bones when you see them brothers stand up like that, marching like that. And if you ain't thinking like that, you playing church. You playing Israelite. You playing. So if you ain't gonna rock like that, if you ain't gonna rock out and be all the way LSC, put the book down. Stop playing. Rock out and do what the Father say do. If you're not doing what he say do, if you're not doing his will, if you not doing what he told you to do, then you're playing and you need to stop. Put it down. Jeremiah 51:20, that are my battle axe. What is he telling you? What is he telling you? If you a battle axe, that means you're an instrument to do some damage to something. You chopping down wood. What you chopping down wood? You chopping down nations. You chopping down Trump, Biden, Nancy Pelosi, Francois Mitterrand, Hitler's daughter who run in Germany. What you chopping down? If you chop something down, who gonna replace it? Thou art my battle axe. He talking about you. You as battle axe and you as weapons of war. So if you as weapons of war, he gonna use you to destroy the nations. Gonna use you to destroy the nations, and he gonna give you the tools to be able to do it. It don't have to be with guns. It could be with them cheat codes that we talking about. Don't have to be with that. Somebody get that precept where it say, if the Father be for you, who gonna be against you? The Father rocking out with you now, he done turned his face back to Israel this day. Go to Deuteronomy 30 and read what that say. Start with verse 1. Go to verse 1 through 7. That should make you happy. For thee I will break in pieces the nations. Psalms 83 gonna get tore by the Israelites. Matter of fact, the Father gonna soften them up before the Israelites even smash on, because he's doing that right now. They're not telling y'all how many of these heathens is dropping dead on the daily. They stopped counting the COVID numbers. They had COVID. COVID was a biological weapon to take out the Israelites, point blank, and it backfired on them. Books say no weapon formed against you will prosper. No weapon. They can store up all their food. They can store up all their weaponry. They can store up whatever they want to. God, the Father, is going to give us a counterbalance to counter all of that foolishness. Don't be surprised if you wake up one day and you got superpowers. Don't be surprised at that. They'll be surprised when you're beating the hell out of them, yeah. They'll use us to destroy kingdoms per this precept. Stop playing with us. And let's for those of you who are new, we not the type that's pray for your enemies. Yo, what matter of fact, we are the type that actually pray for the enemies. We do. Psalms 109 comes to mind. Every time somebody asks me, do you pray for enemy? Yeah, I pray for my enemy. I pray for them, and that their whole family get tossed headlong into hell.
Hey, I wore that. I wore that jacket. I wore my praise Psalm 109 against your enemy's jacket last week. The white man, he was looking at me. His wife grabbed him. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. I was like, please say something, please. He said,
wait, hold on a second. What does that even mean? No, seriously. If you ask somebody, okay, so if you force us pray for your enemies, that's what they always want us to do, to pray for our enemies.
Yeah.
So you obliging them.
Yeah,
you obliging them.
They wouldn't. She held him. They wouldn't dare. I was like, please.
Yeah, it took us.
Walked by him twice.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. His wife said, "Don't say nothing."
Yeah.
To him.
I started walking slower. And he really wanted to.
Well, but hold up a second though. Hold on a second. So think about this for a second. I know you did because you're a critical thinker. So in her mind, you an enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And in his mind, you an enemy.
Mm-hmm.
So then if you pray for your enemies, like how Psalms 109 say, I wonder if they knew that precept or not.
I don't know. I swear that I thought they must have. Because you know why? I'm gonna tell you. Because, and this is another book I left. I remember one. Actually, this was my last. Actually, the last sermon I preached. It was on a Christmas. I preached against daggone Christmas, and they're gonna give us this book of prayers. But I'm telling you, let me tell you, they gave us this book of prayers by these white people, and
Wow.
every prayer in that book was prayers against us.
Wow.
Yeah, now
That's
I'm thinking, damn, I
fantastic.
should have kept that book.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, indeed. You know what, fam? We need to be praying these prayers daily.
Yeah, because they got that book.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I said, oh,
And
wow.
but you know what though? She was probably fascinated that you was of that mindset because there has been a major paradigm shift on the earth. And I thank the Father that we done stopped praying for them and that we done stopped forgiving them in mass. You're starting to see where when they put the mic in front of a Negro that's done had something heinous, an Israelite that's done had some heinous act done to him, they'll be like, no, I don't forgive you. No, I don't. No, I'm not going to pray for you. No, I'm not. I'm not going to pray for you. No, I'm not. I don't forgive you. No. I say it again. Gendron, he slayed 10 of our people. Him, his mom, his dad, his brothers and sisters. You count up 10 of them, and they need to get tossed headlong into the lake of fire. But before they do that, they need to get executed or decimated on channel 0, where the whole earth can see it. That's righteous judgment right there. That's according to the book.
You know, Elder Cleo, one time I was watching, I saw something on TBN. I believe it was TBN. And they were trying to elicit money for Israel. And they was going into the book talking about how the church must pray for Israel. Because if they pray for Israel, then that would bring along the return of the Messiah and the rapture and all these things. And I'm sitting there looking at them. I'm like, they're talking about it, but they're telling our people, and they got our people as well, praying for the modern state of Israel. So when you said that question about praying for your enemies, every time they ask us to pray for them as the Israelites, their prayer is against us. Their prayer is against our people, and it's actually them cursing us every time they pray and tell our people to pray and to give money and donations and to this modern state of semi-ishness, the semi-ish nation. That's basically what they're doing by teaching that. And I remember when I was watching, I'm sitting there saying to myself, our people will give everything they have to these dudes that's teaching them out of these dens of confusion. Just all they got to do is say it. Pray for this nation. These nations curse us. Pray for this person. Pray for that person. Pray for the one who kills your father. Go in the courtroom and beg the judge. You beg the judge to forgive them, give them leniency and all these things. Every time they do that is a prayer against us. And whether they know it or not, it's the truth. Because the Most High says, "I will bless those who bless thee, and I will curse those who curse thee." All they're doing is cursing themselves every time they sit in the land and teach somebody else to pray for them as if they are us, sitting in our estate, running around with our names. You might as well say all they're doing is heaping hot coals and making that fire just that much hotter when they do get there. every time this happens.
That's an awesome segue and got me all the way back on track because you just answered this question. And fam, I want you to think about this for a second. You've got the British American Israelites, you got the Israelis, and you got Christianity. All of these are tied together. They're different doctrinally, but they're all tied together. And what the brother just brought out actually ties that up. But I want you guys to think about it. How is it that America is a city on a hill and blessed, and on one hand you have the heathen saying it's Babylon, but on the other hand you have them saying it's a city on a hill? Then they say that, okay, look, what we're going to do is we're going to go by the precept like the brother just brought. I will bless them that bless thee, and I will curse them that curse thee. Jerusalem will be a burdensome stone. Right? So America's been blessing Israel, and so has the Western construct. BAI has been blessing Israel, and Christianity with cats like John Hagee and all Christianity have been blessing Israel. So now, if they've been blessing Israel, why is the Western construct at war eating itself right now? And I'm talking about the Ukrainians, which Zelensky is a fake Jew, and he was just over here asking for another $45 billion for his bank account. You pay taxes this week on your bi-weekly or your weekly paycheck. Zelensky getting cuts. Zelensky getting points on your paycheck. Yeah, and Zelensky is a fake Jew. Yeah, he a few. Yep, F-E-W, not J-E-W. F-E-W. You're a fake Jew. And we don't call it. You notice we don't call. Have you noticed this? We do not fulfill Revelation 2:9 and 3:9 because we don't call ourselves Jews. What you call yourself, fam? Put a 3 up if you call yourself Israelites. See, a lot of brothers didn't even peep that. Brothers didn't even peep that. You don't call yourself no Revelation 2:9, 3:9 because they could use that trick and say, oh, see, you're talking about you're the Israelites. You fit Revelation. No, we ain't never one said we was the Jews. We ain't the Jews. We the Israelites. Plain and simple. That keeps it simple. But what the connections between all of these are this. The main common thread and connection is that they're all European. It's all Europeans running shop. BAI is run by Europeans. Christianity is run by Europeans. Israeli is run by Europeans. You got a bunch of Europeans running the whole earth, running shop, the Western construct. Nobody else makes a difference. Nobody else is important. Oh, and by the way, you Negroes in America, get over it because you're Ham. We can do whatever we want to do to you. You're the Hamites. Cursed be Ham. Oops, no. The Bible didn't say cursed be Ham. It said cursed be Canaan. But can you show me anywhere in the book where the Canaanites will be dispersed all over the earth? Show me where that's at in the book. Show me where it's in the book where Ham will be dispersed all over the earth and be a servant to everybody all over the earth. That sounds like Deuteronomy 28, something like that. That's what it kind of sounds like, Deuteronomy 28. I don't know. You African Americans are just African Americans, like how Messy Jesse said.
Elder,
Go ahead,
Elder, I don't know. We always bring up Deuteronomy 28. And there's no doubt we should, but we definitely need to bring up Leviticus 26 with it too.
Bring it out, man. Deuteronomy 28. That's my favorite. That's an all-time greatest hit. You got a precept you want to bring? Call it again.
I got a precept.
Put it up.
Look, it's a precept. I got Leviticus 26. Let me tell you, every time I used to read this verse, I always used to think how we used to reference each other as crabs in a barrel. And there's a verse in Leviticus 26. Now, y'all might not see it like I see it. But every time I used to read this verse, I was like, that sounds like it's talking about us, like how we talk about each other as crabs in a barrel. I'm going to post the scripture. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I know my eyes tend to see different levels of light. Let me see. Here we go, right here. This verse always made me feel like crabs in the barrel verse.
I want to stay there.
I'm gonna read. You want me to read that, Elder? You got it.
I'll read it for you. You get a breakdown. Leviticus 20, this book of Leviticus, chapter 26, verse 37, and it reads, "And they shall fall one upon another."
Pause right there. They shall fall one upon another, man. If you think about it, man, when crabs is in a barrel, what do? They pull each crab to try to get a right upon each other, right back down into that barrel. You know, they pull you on top of each other's head, they just pull you down. Will you continue?
As it were before a sword, when none
As if it was
pursueth.
when none pursueth. What makes a crab pull another crab down from getting out? I've seen people break it down. There's really no reason for it. Most of the time, a crab pull another crab down. He's not even pulling him down so he can get up. Just pulling the other one down. No, when none pursueth, not even trying to get out. Continue.
And ye shall have no power to stand before your enemies.
Why wouldn't we have any power to stand before our enemies? If a nation is united, he's formidable. The only way a nation cannot stand before his enemies is if that nation don't stand together. Any nation can be formidable if they just stand. So the only way he's not formidable is when he does not stand together. And that's probably the biggest plague we have amongst our Israelite nation, a lack of standing together. Right now, sometimes the best we can do is love from afar. And that's why we can't stand before our enemies. That's why all the prophecies always talk about, and I shall gather them. I shall gather the outcasts of Israel. I shall gather my people. Because once you're gathered, now you can stand. Now you're formidable. Now you can stand before your enemies. When the Most High led us out of Mitzrayim, and he said the Most High sent his fear before us, before we went into them nations, we went in it together, swords drawn. We were formidable. We stood together. That's why we was able to stand before our enemies and overtake them, to conquer them. So when this prophecy reads, and ye shall have no power to stand before your enemies, because them curses say we should not stand together. We should not come together, and while we're in the midst of these curses. But now it's Jacob's turn now. What does it say in Lamentations, the 4th chapter? It says, thine iniquities have been accomplished. I don't know if y'all want me to grab that up, but the Most High said our iniquity has been done. It's over. It's finished. Thine iniquity has been accomplished. You shall no more go into captivity. This is what the Most High says in Lamentations, the 4th chapter. Right before he give Esau his just due. Go ahead, Elder Man. You got the mic. Cut him up.
I'm going to go ahead and read what the brother put up, Jabroni, 12, 1 through 3, Genesis 1 through 3. If you could see that, brother, can you read that, please?
Start off at verse 1.
Yeah, start with verse 1. I'm not going to give no commentary. I just want the word to go forth. Go ahead and read.
No doubt. Now the Most High had said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred and from thy father's house unto a land I will show thee, and I will make of thee a great nation. I will bless thee. Pause. Elder Cleo must have had like a technical difficulty, but staying in the spirit where the brother had us going, we're going to go right back to Genesis, the 12th chapter, and we're going to pick up. And if need be, we'll read it again when he get back. Oh, here we go. We got our elder right there, so no need to proceed.
You know what, the brother, he did something crazy just now, and he preempted himself. I'm not even going to say what I did. That was a good magic he just did. Go ahead and read, bro. My bad.
All right, brother. Verse 3. And I will bless them that bless thee. Matter of fact, let's go back to verse 2. And I will make thee a great nation, I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse them that curse of thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. So Abram departed, and the Most High have spoken unto him. And Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old, and he departed out of Haran. And Abram took Sarai his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their substance that they had gathered, and the souls that they had gotten in Haran.
Now I'm gonna go
That's
to.
brother.
Now I'm gonna go read Revelation 18:6. Give me a minute to get that pulled up. It's not gonna take long because I got it halfway pulled up. I want you to read 18:6.
Got you, bro.
There's Revelation 18 out there, and read verse 6.
Verse 6, reward her even as she rewarded you.
Stop right
And
there.
double.
Reward who? Who is being spoken of right here, and who is getting ready to get rewarded? Can you tell me who that is, please?
Oh, no doubt. The ones that's talking about in Isaiah 14:1 and 2, those people who led us into captivity, those who rewarded us with the sword for our kinds, the ones who followed us around the earth, taking the land from us, the one who confiscated our names and moved into our houses and took the vineyards and the land and all the things that belonged to it, raped our women, killed our children, and put us in slavery. That's the short version.
Okay, and then now continue to read.
And double unto her, and double unto her double according to her works.
What was her works?
All the things, some of the things
You
that just was listed.
give me the clip
Some of
Pure be hell
some
for
of
us.
it. Some of it.
it.
We could go away, but it'd take too long as we was to really list off everything
That's
they've
another
done
show.
because they still haven't stopped.
That's why Deuteronomy 28 is my favorite. Is one of my favorite chapters of the book
I
because it
love
tells you succinctly. It's not even playing around. Keep reading.
in the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. Take that.
Mm, mm, So now you just drank a big gulp and you just finished drinking the big gulp. You put it down, and Yash, this is one of Yash favorites. He say, somebody go get that precept. We drank the dregs, and what they say, Yash, they did what with them?
We wrung them out.
That's right. Say that.
Got to do it.
That's the book right there.
Hey, yo, no.
We drank the dregs and wrung them out.
But you got to go on and continue this. You got to read number 7.
Okay.
Okay.
You go ahead and read, bro. Go ahead and read.
Okay. It says, and how much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously.
Stop right there. Who he talking about right there? Who glorified himself over the earth? That talk about the West and the great white hope is the greatest thing since sliced bread. They the number one hit on the earth. Who they talking about, Yash?
They talking about the U.S. of KKK.
Elias Shaw. Who they talking about?
Man, they talking about Esau and all his cronies. All
there you go.
And all that look like him. Keep reading, Yash.
So much torment and sorrow give her.
Who get all that sorrow and torment? What sorrow and torment? Can you explain that to me, please?
Okay. Let me see. Slavery. Whipping. Hanging.
Gator bait.
All killing, raping,
pillaging.
Right. Dashing the little ones against the stone.
Oh man. Happy shall he be.
Oh, okay. So they get to get some sorrow too.
Hold on, one second, Elder Cleo.
Go ahead, bro.
Just to make this quick comment, we did not write this book. We're just reading it. Yeah, I mean, because sometimes when you read the manuscript, people tend to say that this is our interpretation or this is how we feel. I feel how the Most High feel. All I got to do is just read the words word for word. So just in case anybody think we wrote these down, this is a PDF that we read. No, that's the Bible. That's the manuscript.
Yeah, no, and see, that's when they'll say, "Oh yeah, you're practicing hate speech or you're anti-Semitic." They don't even say Semitic. You're anti-Semitic. You're practicing hate speech. What are you doing? Those goddamn nigger Hebrew. You listen to those goddamn nigger Hebrew Israelites. They're always talking about that goddamn Bible. I'm sick of those guys.
Well, Elder, if you want to be technical, if they want to talk about anti-Semitism, if you want to take it back to Shem, then they damn sure need to stop all that mainstream rhetoric they got against Iran and other Hebrews out there, other nations that come from Abraham.
Man.
I mean, if they want to talk about Shemites, because Semites, because all them dudes out there is actually descendants from Shem, and some of them be the sons of Abraham with other wives. So, if they want to just get into Semitism, if they want to get into that discussion, they need to start coming at a lot of these Muslim nations that they keep trying to holler at.
And not only that, like you said, we just only reading the words of the book, and don't get offended at what the book says, especially when you believe that the rapture is going to come and save you at any time, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I think Little Baby sung that rap. Oh, you said the rapture. I thought you said the rap.
Yeah, no, the rapture.
The little baby.
This ain't for them. It says, but we're not appointed unto wrath. Okay.
But little baby's rapture is actually happen. What they thinking about ain't gonna happen.
We gonna continue on with that precept. Eliashah, read this precept that the sister put up, please. Read this.
For thus saith the Most High, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished.
Read the rest.
But thou shalt surely drink of it.
All praise to the Father.
All praise.
You gonna drink a double big gulp, and you gonna swallow it down, and you gonna drink it, and you're gonna like it. Ain't that something? Now, Yash, we gonna get back to reading from the book. Go ahead, Elisha.
How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen.
Stop right there. Who act like they could never be destroyed, that they the greatest nation on the globe is really the Western construct? Who is this?
The woman who sit on many waters as if she's by herself.
Books say that somewhere. And what they say here?
Oh yeah, that we sit on the Pacific and the Atlantic, and that nobody can get to us.
And they say, Josh, read this last part that's highlighted here.
And am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
Now, what did that person say? What do these white evangelicals be saying? What you just said. You repeat what you just said. That's in the book right there. You say you're not going to see no sorrow, but you're about ready to get smashed. You think the Russians, you think Putin don't know we the people of the book when they got the icons sitting right there in their lap? You think Putin don't know, hey, you know what? I bring up that song all the time. They always say that song. They sang that song while the niggers is sleeping. We're gonna attack America while the niggers is sleeping. Well, you can't attack now. You might have to put that on hold because the so-called niggers is woke now. What was they alluding to?
Yeah, we surprised them.
What was they alluding to? What was they alluding to? What was they talking about? What was they talking about? The Russians. The Russians got all of them icons. You look at them pictures. The pictures of Mashiach look like me and you. The pictures of Mary, his mom, look like my mom.
Hey, yo, them angels look like us carrying them away into the Gehenna.
America always think, oh, well, the sun never sets on Britain, and America is the greatest nation on the globe. We ain't gonna never get taken. Okay.
Great Satan.
Who put a monkey wrench in their plans? Who put a monkey wrench in Russia's plans? The Israelites. Russia was trying to get over here. They were trying to take, because it's white on white crime. You think I give a damn about the Ukrainians? You had Zelensky over here. He wasn't begging. Zelensky just was over here. He wasn't begging. They're going to give him $45 billion. He wasn't begging, no. Nobody can beg for $45 billion. Come on now.
Bring it out.
Stop it. That man was over here about to get a bag of $45 billion. Boy, it's not a check. You're not going to get one of them big publishers clearinghouse, them big ass checks. You're not going to get that. Guess what they going to do? They going to do this. What's your bank account? Who you bank with?
Yeah,
you bank with Bank of Yugoslavia? Okay, hold on a second. Let me get what's your routing number? Oh, that's your routing number? That is a 6 is the last number? Okay, we got it. Okay, just hold on a second. It's going to go through the SWIFT. It's not going to go through the SWIFT system. It's going to go through the XRP system. And okay, you should get it. It's already there. You check your account. You got it. It's got the right number of zeros after it, right? Because the 45 billion should have 9 zeros, right? Not 6, not 45 billion. Okay, so you good, right? How long that's going to hold you down? Another 2 weeks, Zelensky say? Zelensky say it's only going to hold you down for 2 weeks. Is that right, Joe? Papa Joe, is that right? The 45 billion he getting, it's only for 2 weeks? Oh, we will get him 100 billion in a month. He said, Papa Joe said he going to get you 100 billion in a month, so you good. He taking all them Negro earnings and winnings and giving it to the fake Jews. Ain't that something? That's something. That is something right there. America, you ain't worth a nickel. But you're supporting Israel, because when you supporting the Ukrainians, guess who you supporting? You supporting the Israelis. Because you know that's their second haven, right? Or third haven or fourth haven. You know that's their haven, right? Y'all do know Zelensky is a fake Jew, right? Y'all do know that, right? Y'all knew that. I ain't telling y'all nothing that y'all don't know. So now you have all of these people aligned, all of these entities aligned, but they're aligned on racial lines, and they get you to be spokesperson for their hatred by giving you a little bit of money. But notice who's everybody's against. And this is really the heart of the matter. The Israelis is not against the Christians. The Christians support the Israelis. The Israelis don't support the Christians. They do, but they don't. The Christians support the BIA people. The BIA's people underground support Israel, and they want to be Israel. So all of these people is connected. But guess who the one group of people that they not connected to, and they all openly are vehemently against, and they are openly at war with? Who might that be? That's the real people of the book. These other organizations that are pulling and tugging, talking about they're the people of the book, they're all in concert with each other. They're all connected with each other through racial lines and doctrinal lines. We're the only ones that's not connected to nobody. Have you noticed how a black Christian will come at you harder than a white Christian will? Have you noticed that? Why is that? Why does a so-called black Christian have so much hate? And keep in mind that I say this all the time. I come from a line of pastors and preachers and deacons and all of that.
It's faith, Elder. In a lot of ways, it's faith. Because a lot of them, the Negro lights that's running around coming at other Israelite brothers harder than them heathens are, is because they trying to hedge their bet. Because they believe them Edomites so much that they don't know if they Israel or not. So they try to play both sides of the fence. Well, if I'm not Israel, I better stand up for these heathens. So they got a split tongue just like they master do. They don't have no faith to believe the prophecies of the book. So they hedge their bet. Well, just in case I'm not. They're not walking in faith, even though they hold dens of confusion, claim that they living on faith. Faith not works. That's what they claim they doing. But as soon as it's time to recognize that we the people of these prophecies, all their faith go right out the window. Well, shoot, man, maybe the white man right. I just better rock out with him in Christianity. That way, if they wrong, then I'll be good either way. They ain't got no faith. White man, Esau done stole their faith from them, stole their backbone, went behind their back, is going in the opposite direction. And that's part of it.
That's wild, because if you steal a man backbone, he's basically a jellyfish. You ain't got no backbone to be standing up on what you believe, what the truth is. Listen, I'm not telling nobody I'm an Israelite. You have to figure that out. Don't ask me about no religion. Don't ask me about nothing. But if I see something, or if I hear something that somebody doing in the office, surely I'm gonna call them out for it, right to their face. Make no bones about it. I'm the same dude that's online, that's in the office, the same one. If you come at me with dumb mess, I'm gonna greet you with dumb mess. You come at me with respect, I'm gonna come at you with respect. I'm that same dude. No different. Same dude I was when we was on the street. Hollering, and fussing, yeah. Banya was the calm one, and I was the one that wanted to hang everybody up on the tree, just like how they did Mashiach. Don't have time for listening to no heathen, no Catholic, no pagan, nobody that look like they ain't a part of the book telling me about the book. Why do I have to pay attention to you? Why do I have to pay attention to a few? Why do I have to pay attention to a white evangelical? Why do I have to pay attention to Joe Osteen or the Bible Answer Man who gonna make you fail the test? Bible Answer Man, I used to sit up listen to AMF and radio. Go listen to AMF and radio. Bible Answer Man still on giving everybody the wrong answers. We ain't giving people the wrong answers. Deuteronomy 7 and 10. And repayeth them that hate him to their face to destroy them. That's right. That's what you got coming. But see, America doesn't want to believe that this would ever apply to them because they think they got the truth, but they inherited lies of their fathers. This was a profound thing right here. I saw Real Morgan say, my homeboy's wife in Yugoslavia said growing up, all they knew were the black saints of the church. Them was Israelites that they was looking at. Them people didn't even know what they was looking at. Because the phony baloney cemeterian who came out the cemetery, the dead sepulchres were white on the outside and had garbage filled on the inside. Didn't tell them. You looking at the black guys, that's the people of the book right there.
Elder, I mean, you speak volumes. That's why the heathen, if you go back to ancient Egypt, when they would see all these black images on the walls, the heathen came up with this idiom to say, well, the ancient Egyptians depicted themselves as the people they were conquering. That way they listen, you can't make this stuff up. Elder, you can't make this stuff up.
Hold on a second.
You can't make it up.
Hold on a second. I gotta stop you right there. I have to. Then I'm gonna let you get back to it. Okay, so let me get this straight. You, America, you conquer the whole earth. You rename everything to your name, America Vespucci. You rename it to that. You rename all the cities, destroy them, and destroy the people, and rename all the cities. So you mean to tell me the Egyptians didn't operate like that? You mean to tell me that the Western construct didn't bite off the Egyptians? I'm confused, brother. Help me out.
Look. I'm gonna tell you how the heathen said that because they couldn't explain, because they wanted to whitewash Egypt so bad. Well, I mean, it's not even just Egypt, because technically we can go through all of antiquity and see that they tried to whitewash all history of great antiquity and make it themselves. But with Egypt, it gets laughable when they say that the reason that the images on the walls in Egypt, inside the Sphinx and all these things, the reason that they're black is because the Egyptians, who they say were white, depicted themselves as their enemies. So they wrote themselves on the walls as black because that's how they identified themselves when they conquered another nation. They always depicted themselves as their enemies, and their enemies they depicted as them. Now you tell me who made that back of the cereal box stuff up.
Wait a minute. You got to name what cereal that's on the back of. Don't name a good cereal, man. You got to name a cereal that don't nobody eat.
That nobody eat?
Look, shredded wheat.
Shredded wheat was cool, man. Look, they weren't the top rank, though. They was all right. He said shredded wheat poison.
I like shredded wheat. I tell you what I didn't like.
With warm milk.
I didn't like corn.
Yeah, warm milk.
Wait a minute, hold up. Cornflakes move you out, man. You ain't even got
No. I'm talking about corn. I'm talking about corn checks. I used to like the rice checks.
All right, corn checks. I like corn checks.
I like corn checks. Corn checks was cool. I tell you what, let me get a cereal. That's Grape Nut Flakes. Grape Nut Flakes was the worst cereal.
Grape nuts was some trash truck juice.
Grape nuts was the hard ones, not Grape Nut Flakes. The hard
grape nuts was the hard ones.
Yeah. Because you'll get a whole bowl of them, right? You'll pour a whole bowl full and then put milk on it, and then guess what? You'll be chewing for a week because you're never gonna get through all of them. You're gonna be crunching for a whole damn week because them Grape Nut Flakes, man, they not only do expand, they stay hard, and it be so many of them. You can't get a whole bowl.
Well, then that was at the. Let me tell you. Well, then that doctrine is the bottom of a box of grape nuts.
Grape nut flakes, man. Put them on
Grape
there.
nuts.
Grape nut. Not grape nut flakes. Grape nuts, man. It's grape nuts. Grape nuts was nasty.
So
Real.
Elder, it goes that. So that's what it goes to. All this. So when you see all these black images out there, I guess the early Christians say, you know what? We'll just depict ourselves as our black enemies. That way they can explain the Russian icons.
Wow. Okay, so
Hold up.
you give. Why are you giving them a way out, bro?
Yeah, but listen. Let me tell you, it's all about to come to an end anyway. Like, yeah, look, as far as I'm concerned, they can put as much firewood on their head as they want to. I gotta help them.
Put the whole ass trees on their head, right?
Listen,
you put
man,
the whole redwood forest on your head and lighten it up. That's hilarious.
Yeah, let me get that self-starting wood. That stuff you throw on.
All you need is a little batch, right? Whoosh. Oh man, hold up a second. The fan that lost their mind. Grape nuts. You better let grape nuts so far. Man, you can't even eat grape nuts. The crazy thing about grape nuts is the amount that you get, right? If you're gonna eat grape nuts, you probably just need to get just a little bit in a bowl, just a very tiny bit, because the amount of chewing you gonna do is crazy. So, but Eliashah, listen to that thinking though, bro. It's counterintuitive to what America and what Britain did. They went and somebody get the precept where it say they look to paint their likeness, because that's what they've always done. So they can't use that lie, because the book speaks directly against that lie that they're talking about. You seek to paint your likeness. You've done exactly that. Wherever you went, you renamed everything. What did you do? Them people wasn't Nigerians and Ghanans. What's the original name of them people that lived in that land? The different tribes. They wasn't going by them names that France. And who was that? Where did they go to decide to carve that up? Was that Jekyll Island? Was that Jekyll Island where they had that meeting where they was gonna carve up Akibu line?
I don't know if it was Jekyll Island. That's where they did the what's his name? It might have been there too.
Well, where's Jekyll Island? I'm getting
Jekyll
confused.
Island.
What's Jekyll Island?
Wait. It was Jekyll Island.
Okay.
Yeah, the creature from Jekyll Island. Yep.
He said grape nut flakes equal. Y'all leave grape nut flakes alone. They're doing the pinch. I told y'all. What do I know? I done told y'all already. Cartoons, cereal, and candy. Those are I don't know the book. I'm not even gonna pretend that I know the book.
We got that, Elder. It's saying first Maccabees 3:48, and they laid open the book of the law. Where
Stop right there. They laid open the book of the law, so that means that they had your records. That means that they had your records in their possession. You didn't have them. They got your records to this day. They laid open the book of the law. They had the original. They didn't say that they had Christianity's book, which Christianity ain't got no book. They opened up LSC. Keep reading.
Wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
So now the heathen always go everywhere and, like they did in Egypt, erase and shoot off the noses of the people that were there, and then contrive a theory that, okay, well, the Egyptians did the reverse of what people normally do when they conquer. Are you like really serious right now? See, you got to shoehorn a lot of lies and a lot of dumb bleep to make Christianity work, even to make white people believe that they're superior. You got to jump through a lot of hoops. You got to jump through a lot. Okay, if you superior, I'm going to ask a simple question. If you superior, how come you don't dominate in the major sports? Because check this, fam. And contrary to popular belief, when you playing football right now, you have to be very, very, very smart. You have to be very smart. There's a lot going on, not just hiking the football, running the football. No, there's a lot of strategies going on. There's a lot of timing going on. There's a lot of brute force strength going on that if you use your brute force strength the wrong way, you're going to wind up letting somebody score a touchdown. If the DN rush in and don't hold the edge, if they not calling the right, if the D coordinator not calling the right play, if the offensive coordinator not calling the right play to counteract what the defense is doing, there's a lot of strategy. These people got to be thinkers. You got to be thinkers on top of being in the Gladiator Stadium where everybody yelling, screaming, hollering, calling you a nigger and everything under the sun. So don't get it twisted. These athletes are not stupid. Even the down linemen, they got things that they got to know. They got assignments that they got to do. It's done grown past. It's just about that. So when you talk about just athletics alone, if you superior, how come you don't dominate across the board and everything? Why was Hitler mad at Jesse Owens? Why was he mad at Jesse Owens? And this is real Morgan. This is another thought right here. This is like one of those plain thoughts. Well, but hold up, before I read that real, I'm gonna say Great Enough Flakes ain't the one. Great Enough Flakes is cool. They good money. It's the it's the Great Nuts. See, the flakes get pounded, is from pounded grape nuts, right? And then they make the flakes. So let's go back to this one. If you're superior, why does the sun a million miles away kill you? That's a good question. Since you're superior, right? Because the curse of Ham was supposedly black skin, right? Supposedly. But I don't know. I don't know nothing about nothing. And I was gonna say that too. That's another
Elder,
lie that they tell. Go ahead, bro. That's another lie that they tell.
it was actually spoken what the curse would be upon Canaan. So I mean, where they get that black skin was that curse? I don't know, but it said Canaan would be a servant, and I'm pretty sure you go into the concordance, servant and black got different concordance words.
Yeah, and I think that's just a for me in my mind, that's just a way for them to deflect the fact that they don't know what the hell they talking about. On 7/1/21, 7 plus a 1 month baby in her head was shot with AK-47s, all live on what? Sarah Pumpkin. That's wild. I'd like to have you on to explain that because that's out of that's crazy right there. Um, but have you all noticed? Put a two up if you've noticed an uptick in a lot of heinous activity around you. It's a lot of entity activity going on around you right now, fam. A lot. And so because it's a lot, what we need to be doing is we need to be staying in that book. We need to keep it LSC. We can't keep it nothing else. We know that Mashiach died was a sacrifice to redeem Israel back to the Father. That's getting saved. That's what it is. That's the gospel of the good news. That's the gospel. Israel redeemed back to the Father through Mashiach. Revelation 14 and 12. Keep LSC and have faith in LSC. Keep faith in Mashiach and keep the Father's commandments. Let's say that somewhere in the book. I don't know what book it was in. Something about a Revelation 14. You know that it's been an uptick in entity activity. You bet not look up in the sky on a clear night. Lest not you want to see something. If you want to see something, look up in the sky at a clear night. It's not even going to take long. You're going to see something go sharp. You'll be like, oh, what was that? Was that one of ours or one of theirs? Nothing to be feared about, but you're going to see a lot up there. There's a lot going on in the skies. There's a lot going on around y'all. But what I would submit to you is that you stay prayed up. You keep talking to your Father. And pray that you be out of the way when he be slaying these heathen because they getting knocked down left and right. They not telling y'all everything that's going on because they can't. They can't tell you everything that's going on, as many of them has been getting taken out, been leaving here since 2019. Look at this right here. As they should. As they should. Since that's a crazy thing. Stay on fire. Said I seen something crazy the other night in the sky when I was driving. Yeah, I think I mentioned this one morning. I was having a good communication with the Father, where I was heavy praise and heavy worship. You know how you be when you commuting, and you get the unction. Let me just worship the Father right now. You turn the radio off, and then you just be worshiping and praising. Man, I seen one of them big streaking things. It's just streak across the side. You know when you see it, it streak across the side, and it was cloudy. It struck across the sky, and then it went out. Well, to me, that's just an entity entering in, or entity of some sort. I don't know if you good, bad, or indifferent. I don't really care. But to me, that's just an entity coming in and saying, here I am, and I'm getting ready to go over here and do whatever it is I'm getting ready to do over here. But yeah, this is something fantastic that we in. But family, you should be encouraged. And we get ready to shut it down, but I'm gonna say my last words, and then I'm gonna let the brothers have their last words. You should be encouraged that you're an Israelite, that you're not part of the cabal that's trying to come let us cut them off from being a nation. Because when they speak against Israel every time they open up their mouth. And I'm not talking about the Israelis, and I'm not talking about the Christians, nor am I talking about the BAI or the BHI. I'm not talking about none of them factions. And I'm definitely not talking about somebody that's talking about they're Christian and they're Israelite. Because I asked in the comment section, name me one person in the book that was called a Christian or that called themselves Christian. Only thing I hear is Silence of the Lambs. Because you know there's nobody in there that called themselves that. So if you know that nobody in self called themselves that, you should be trying to operate under your culture. And your culture is that of the Israelites, what your ancestors did before they got their head caved in by the Father. So fam, you should be encouraged. You should be encouraged not only that you're Israelite, but you should be asking yourself, Father, what do you want me to do this hour? And you didn't already ask the Father that. If you didn't already ask the Father that, then what you should be doing is the Father's will. Well, what is the Father's will? To do what he told you to do. First of all, be LSC. Second of all, do what he told you to do. The instructions that he gave you. What instructions did he give you, brother? See, well, that's what he gave me. I'm not telling everybody over the open air, but I tell you this, I'm operating in my office, and operating in my office is encouraging you to get up off your rump and do what the Father put in you to do. That's why I'm always writing y'all about that. It always goes back to the faith and works. You say you got faith in Mashiach, so what have you done? What have you built? Who you built it with? When did you build it? How much it costs? Who gonna benefit from it? Is it really kingdom work? Is it for the Father, or is it just for me? Is it for the build up the family of Israel, or is it just for me to go fly and have a private jet? Everything I do should be for the kingdom of the Israelites. That's the Father's will. I'm operating in my office. Question is, are you operating in your office? I'm talking about everybody. Everybody in the chat, everybody on the panel, everybody that's here, and everybody that's not here. Everybody that saw the earth, and everybody that think they saw the earth, and everybody that called himself an Israelite. That question is for you. That question for me too. Brother C, you doing the Father's will? Are you really truly doing the Father's will? Are you doing what he put in you to bring forth to the earth? Are you linking up with brothers building something? Or are you just flapping your gums, yelling at everybody all the time? Identify your office, fam, and operate in it. It's one thing to know you're an Israelite. Now it's time for you to get busy. I tell y'all that all the time. It's time. Everybody pulling at you, trying to debate you now. Everybody want to throw the Israelites under the bus. They don't want to throw the Israelis under the bus. They don't want to throw BAI under the bus. But they'll throw black Christians under the bus. Yeah, they will. They'll come at that phony below me, urban apologetic fake madness. You talk about you integy and exegy and all that foolishness. Okay, yeah, you could use big terms. Somewhere in the book, so he say he used the foolish to confound the wise. And the brothers on this panel can break down them precepts, break them down all the way to the nth degree. So, fam, I love you. Y'all know I love you, and I'll see y'all next week. The time is gonna go by so fast. We're gonna be back here again. It's gonna be twice. Time done sped up, and y'all know it. It's gonna be another 12 hours, another 24 hours. I'm gonna be back on here again, yelling at y'all again. But then I'm gonna ask y'all, hey, did you start doing the Father's will for your life? What the Father put in you that you love to do. He is love. He put that love inside of you. The things that you love to you, bring them forth for your family. Brother Yash, what say you, bro?
Yeah, Shalom. You know what? I want to go back and just revisit in the beginning, because you asked the question, what's the fuss about? Why is the fuse, Christians, and everybody what's fussing about us for? And the Most High, that was the Most High. And the reason why I'm going back, because I'm gonna have to hear again to hear what I said, because I thought it was profound that everybody's fighting to get in the position where we are now. What Brother Cleo said, the dry bones have already stood up. Right now, we don't even realize that we are becoming a nation. There's more of us than we even know. They see while they're dying, we're multiplying. They can't eat, they ain't even denying who we are anymore. Our worst enemy is ourselves. Stand up and recognize who we are. Stand up and recognize that the world, all eyes are on us. You think they looking at Zelensky, who came over here and got his bag? No, they looking at us. They saying, what is their next move? And they walking on eggshells. See, they don't want to do another excuse me. Oh man, spicy food. They don't want to have another Kyrie type situation, because they seen what it looks like when few of us stand up. They know that those who are in power, in authority, who they put up in authority, they have nothing on us anymore. All praise and honor and glory and power and dominion and might belongs to the Most High. Recognize, people, we're in that place. They see it. And when we see it, it's game over.
Appreciate the commentary, Brother Yash, and appreciate you jumping on, brother. You know you're welcome here. This is your house. Brother Elisha, I'm going to leave you with the last words, brother. Go ahead, rock out.
When you think about a lot of the topics that we covered, and I pray a lot of you revisit some of the topics and really sink your teeth into them. Put your mind on them, put your heart on them. All these things are said to rouse up the heart of the people, to be a part of the awakening of the dry bones. And like Brother Yash just stated, and as our elder brother Cleo always um, tries to inspire that fire in you, that we got next, and that the nations that see us wake up in the fashion that they see us, they are afraid. They know that their time is coming to an end. And these things we need to pray for. You know, we be the witnesses on the earth that need to ask the Most High to do what He did in Mitzrayim. Even though it says that we should no longer remember Mitzrayim when the Most High deliver us the second time. We need to be asking the Most High to bring the things that He said He would bring to get us out of the hands of those who oppress us. These things need to be in our prayers. Every day we're witnessing our people wake up. Every day. And if anybody is in here right now that's new to the channel, subscribe right now so you don't miss nothing, because there's more to come. So all praises be to the Most High. Blessings to my brothers, my elder brother, Elder Cleo. Peace and blessings to my brother Yash. Peace and blessings to all the Israelite family out there scattered to the four corners of the earth. And until we out of here, we're going to keep sounding that trumpet. We're going to keep standing in the highways and byways with a loud voice. We're going to keep pushing forth this truth. And we're going to let the heathen know the true tribe of Judah is at their neck. All praise the Most High. Till next time.
And this has been another Salt of the Earth. Can't do that yet, fam. Hold on. I got to do something before I do that. Before we close, I got to do this right here. I'm sorry. Hey, y'all know what it is. Y'all all need to get saved.